Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another State of the Collection address. Outrageous. That is right, my friends. Once again, I have returned to you, this time with another State of the Collection address. Last year, I did my State of the Collection address, and I outlined my philosophy behind collecting as it has come to be, what I have learned, what mistakes I have made, what I have achieved, what I am happy with about my collecting, what I am not happy with about my collecting, what I intend to do going forward, my goals for the collection. And I intend to make this a yearly thing, because it's quite interesting to check in with this type of thing, you know? This isn't going to be recounting everything I bought, everything I sold, everything I own, all the backups. I'm just going to generally talk about my thoughts and feelings and philosophy on collecting. Perfume, in this case. So let me start by saying the state of the collection is strong. Very strong. Indeed, compared to this time last year, I am happier with my collection. My collection has shrank. I was looking on eBay the other day when I realised that everything I've ever sold on eBay has been a perfume. I've never sold anything that wasn't a perfume on eBay. And eBay tells me that I have sold 146 items. So that's 146 perfumes that I have sold on eBay. And I've sold, on top of that, I have sold perfumes to friends and people through YouTube and stuff like that who have contacted me. eBay did something in October, which was to get rid of fees for sellers, private sellers. And this was a positive step, obviously, so I don't pay 10% on everything now. But they are introducing a fee for buyers that you have to pay next month in February. So if you want buyer protection, you now have to pay for that on top of the item. So it's going to be a bit of a cow, that. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But the main sort of takeaway from that is that I have sold at least, I would say I've sold at least 200 perfumes. And I still have a wide and broad and large selection of perfumes. I have sold off a lot of backup bottles. And I've still got a lot of backup bottles left to sell. And it's a good thing, because I'm not going to wear everything. I mean, I'm introducing a healthy dose of reality into my collecting philosophy, in that buying bottles is exactly that. I think you're buying the bottle rather than what's inside it. You know, I think this has become part of the philosophy for perfume houses today, in that they are making perfume secondary to their bottles. Or maybe we're just waking up to that now, you know. A lot of perfumes smell very similar to each other. A lot of perfumes smell considerably cheaper than the price you are paying you know, which is why a lot of people are buying clones. And can you really blame them? Personally, I would never buy a clone. Don't like clones, don't like the philosophy behind it. But these big companies only have themselves to blame, really. Their pricing structures are fucking disgraceful. And I have absolutely no sympathy for them when they complain about people buying dupes. You know, maybe for the people who create the perfumes, but then they're not making very interesting perfumes either. You know, but I've complained about that for a long time. This video is supposed to be about my own collection. A lot of the things I've sold in the past year have been much sought after, you know. Sold a couple of vintage Koroses. At one point I had double figures of vintage Koros. Now I don't. I've halved how much Koros I own. Which is good, you know. I sold off a lot of my Amen flankers because I just wasn't using them. There are only 7 days in a week and I only wear one perfume as a scent of the day, every day. So there are other people who wanted them. I had them, wasn't wearing them. Might as well sell them, you know. There are some things I will never sell in the collection. And one of the results of selling so much is that I am getting more and more access to them. The perfumes that I love and love wearing. I still have well over 300, 350 perfumes, separate perfumes, not including backup bottles, in my collection. So, as far as variety is concerned, I don't have to worry about that, fortunately. I have a wide variety of fragrances, as anybody who follows the channel will be able to tell you. I'm just thinning the herd. One of the reasons I am thinning the herd is so that I can bring in new perfumes to wear. I still test perfumes. At the minute, I am currently in the middle of trying out the house of James Healy. And it is a fantastic house. An absolutely fantastic house. And I already own 2. And there's at least one more I want to buy. And I haven't even tested all the ones yet, you know? So as I go through the year, as I discover new things, I suppose that I will keep buying things. But the purchases compared to the outgoings, I think it's something like 3 to 1. So yeah, you're 1 to 3. So for every perfume I buy, I sell 3, you know? I think that's what it worked out at last year. Might even have been more. Because I sold a lot of backup bottles as well. So you're probably talking closer to 4, 4.5, 5. Which I'm pretty pleased with, you know. I haven't decided to do a no-buy. And I don't think I will be doing a no-buy. It's just very much restricted what I'm going to buy now. I haven't blind bought anything. I haven't blind bought anything for a long time. What feels like a very long time. I don't know that I blind bought anything last year. I got a couple of the Les and Demodables. I got the Oud, which I was very fortunate to be able to smell before it came out, but they weren't offering that as a feature. They just asked people to buy it, which I thought was wrong. I didn't like that. I also bought Orange Sirocco, which was one of my favourite perfumes. No, sorry, I did tell a lie there. I actually bought Paddock Blind, which was my purchase of the year, strangely. And I backed it up. What a sensational perfume that is. Really pleased, you know? Really pleased. But I don't think you're going to be able to blind buy things and always have it be your favourite purchase of the year. So I will never recommend blind buying. I will always tell you to smell things first, as it's very easy to spend other people's money. As I say, purchasing has slowed considerably compared to what it was, and selling has overtaken it. And I intend to keep selling perfumes, frankly. I find it very easy to sell perfumes, to let them go. There aren't any perfumes I've ever kind of pined over after I've sold them, because I've never sold anything I didn't want to. I've been very fortunate in that regard. And I don't recommend you selling anything that you don't want to. I think the same thing goes for buying. Don't buy anything that you're not sure you want. And I have to keep reminding myself of that, you know, because it's very easy to fall into that trap. I'll just buy that. I'll just get this, you know. I'll see what that's about. It's a very commercial habit. I was having a conversation with Houdini the other day, a friend of the channel, where we were talking about whether buying perfume is a hobby, and it's not really, is it? It's buying perfume isn't a hobby. What the best thing about perfume is the community. Actually, the people you meet, you're part of the community, the connections you make, the discussions about smells and all the associated things that go along with the actual perfumes that you either own or don't own, why you own them, the philosophical sort of side of it, you know, the motivations, all those kind of human things. And that is the main source of joy I get from perfume, actually. Most of the people I talk to are people I have met through this hobby now. You know? A lot of really good friends, really good people. People who I talk to and trust and know. And that's the best part about building collections and things like that. The community aspect around it, in my opinion, the people you can talk to, the advice, the wisdom, being able to help other people in that sort of thing. I value that much higher than I value any of the individual perfumes. As far as content is concerned, I shall continue to make content. I would like to improve the standard of the content that I make. It's very... I've always said that I like the amateur vibe that I've got, and I do, you know. I'm definitely not professional. I'm not trying to make money off this. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm essentially just vlogging the life and times of Rich Mitch and Perfume and his experience in the community and what he does around it and all that sort of thing. And I really enjoy that. I would like it to be more kind of I don't want to say professional because that's wrong, but I would like to make it a little bit better, you know? I would. I'd be lying if I said I didn't. So perhaps I will start doing more face to camera sort of things. Maybe out and about things, you know? All that kind of patter. That would be nice. I have been reviewing things much more often, but that's based on a conversation I had with Ramsey where he said you should really review the things that you're selling because you've got the opportunity to do it and you've got a lot of perfumes that other people don't. And I thought that's a really good idea. So I've started doing that and I've been reviewing a lot of things because I've been selling so much, you know? I want to review more things that I want to review more things that I'm not selling, you know. I'd like to have more exposure. I'd like to grow the channel so there was more people watching. I would like to try and attract more people who are into the hobby in the same way I am, you know. That's good. But I still want to attract, I suppose you always attract the right people to you, you know, in most cases. In most cases, people who feel the same way you do about perfume. I suppose that's about it. I'm happy with my collection. I'm happy with the direction it's headed in. I'm happy with what I'm selling. I'm happy with what I'm buying. I achieved a lot of the goals that I wanted to last year. I intend to keep the same basic philosophy as I had. Keep shrinking the collection to improve it. And I shall let you know how that goes. This has been the State of My Collection address, friends. I hope you have enjoyed it. And I will see you again soon. Bye.